Bulletin of the Puerto Rican Academy of History. Only the strictly necessary number of maidens were raised for the reproduction of the tribe. They still tried to economize on the costs of nutrition, snatching from foreign peoples the female contingent that was needed for reproduction, or, in a more advanced state of civilization, they subjected a defeated people to the regular supply of a certain number of marriageable maidens. Such was probably the first formula for war indemnities. Such must have been the main incentive, if not the only one, for those frequent attacks that the Windward Islanders made their brothers feel. In need of women, in those islands, the warriors went out to hunt them in the Borinquen thicket, where excellent ones were found. It is very likely that this was the origin of the indigenous myth of the Madanino Island, populated only by Amazon women, which was visited by men from the island of Carib to lie with them. If a girl was born from such a union, she was kept in Madanino, but the boys who were born were taken to the island of men, which was Carib. A race that practiced these rules to survive, there is no doubt that it could also have discovered the process of species selection, choosing the most perfect human specimens to unite and thus improve the physical qualities of the race. Otherwise it would be very difficult to explain the descriptions made by Father Las Casas, as well as the Admiral himself, of Indians who were about a yard tall from shoulder to shoulder and could shoot arrows from bows as large as those of England and France. These bows were about 6 feet long from tip to tip, so their handling required strong men also 6 feet or more in height, agile and with muscular strength proportionate to their size. The union of the invading Carib chief Kaonabo with the beautiful chief woman Anacaona constitutes an example of two magnificent human specimens that point to some process of selection to improve the race. Although this selection must have been practiced among the chieftain classes in their related ones, following the hereditary matrilineal line, the most physically and mentally fit candidates were selected by tribe, as well as by their performances in war. A case of elevation to the chieftaincy is offered to our examination, that of the chief Guaybena. The right of succession noted by Oviedo should have been exercised in this case, and far from this we see the Borinquen chieftains choosing as principal chief the brother of the deceased, adjusting the election to the needs or aspirations of the tribes, sit. It can be observed that the chieftains could be chosen following the matrilineal bloodline, but with the alternative of being able to select